Well, today we are smoking a pork butt on the Solo Stove grill. Now, if you're familiar with Solo Stove, they have incredible fire pits of different sizes and outdoor cooking. And they came out with this grill this past year, and it was incredible. It runs so hot. I've got another video of unboxing, doing a first cook that you could check out. But today I want to showcase how we can do true barbecue smoking a pork butt. And so we're going to get into the details and show you how we're going to set up the charcoal and all of the grates so that we have a great pork butt ready to serve for our family and even some of our neighbors. Let's get into the details. Well, what you're going to notice is I have used some lumped charcoal. Now you can use briquettes, and that works great on this grill, and Solo Stove even has their own briquettes that you can buy. But I love lumped charcoal, and I use Jealous Devil, and I've used it on this before. So that's what we're going with, and I've offset all the charcoal on one side and laid some post oak wood chunks in here as well to give a nice smoky flavor. And so what we're going to do is we're going to light this up, get it up to temperature, and I'll be using the Meat Stick digital thermometer that has monitoring the internal temperature of the meat, but also it has ambient heat that it lets me know what kind of the ambient heat of the grill is inside. So I'll have an idea what temperature I'm running. So, and then we'll place the meat on the opposite side, which is the indirect side of the Solo Stove grill. So let's fire it up and get it going. And I'm using the Grill Blazer Sovi gun. Now that we've got the charcoal lit, I have opened up the top vent because there's only one vent on this. And we're going to let that get up to speed. I'm going to go ahead and prepare the meat, and today we're using some Hardcore Carnivor Black, and we've sliced into the fat, making diamond shapes, not removing too much fat from the pork butt, but that's also something you could do if you'd like. So we're going to prepare the meat, insert the Meat Stick digital thermometer, and get this thing on the grill. All right, so we've got the grill up to temperature. I've inserted the digital thermometer in there from Meat Stick. It's going to, again, monitor the ambient heat and also the internal temperature. Going to go ahead and take this lid, take it off, and what you're going to notice is I've also added a foil pan underneath the grill grate in front of the charcoal, and added some water just to absorb moisture, but really to capture all the meat juices that might fall on there. So we're going to lay this on the opposite end here, and we're going to see how it does. I'm going to bring you in so you can kind of see what this looks like. We're going to let it smoke for the first hour, and then I'm going to start spritzing it once I feel like the bark has formed, and that's going to be using apple cider vinegar and also water. So let me show you what this looks like. We're going to put the top of the grill cover on here, and we're going to get it smoking. All right, we're a little over an hour on this cook. We are going to see how it's doing. Oh my gosh, this is looking amazing. I'll zoom in here so you can kind of see the bark is forming really nice. It's kind of just like the touch test. If there's no rub coming off on the pork butt or meat, then you know your bark is pretty much set. Even seeing some nice juices form on top. The charcoal's, man, going. I love this charcoal because there is a good majority of the charcoal not even activated yet. And this is a longer cook, and we've kind of averaged out around 270 on ambient heat, so grill heat. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure this is, ready to go. So let's spritz this. Keep it nice and moist. All right, so we have hit that internal temperature of 201, 202. So we're gonna go ahead and check for probe tenderness. See how this is doing. The way I'm gonna do that is I already have a probe in here, so take my heat protection glove here. Take out this and use it as, oh dude, guys, look how it's just going in. That's telling me that we are in a great place. We are probing what the term is called, probing like butter. Let that cool off over here. Now we're gonna transfer this into my barbecue tub. This is fantastic. It's a 3-in-1. It's a cutting board. It's one that you can prep the meat and put sauce in it or all your rub while you're doing it. And then I also use it to rest my food. So we're gonna go ahead and transfer, since this is probing like butter. And guys, we still have a little charcoal left. I mean, not much, but still have some. So, ooh, dripped. There's little spots there, that's okay. And then we're gonna wrap it in a towel, just like this. And cover it. And now we're gonna let it rest. Now, some people like to put some juices in here. This is apple cider vinegar and some water. I might pour some just a little bit inside the foil, just to kind of allow it to continue to braise and stay tender. But this is going to, the rest is the most critical part in barbecue. So if you're new to barbecue and you don't have the fancy Kamado Joes and you just have a simple charcoal grill or whatever you might have, resting your meat is the most important and underrated thing that I think most people don't think about. So now, some barbecuers that are really into this and they know what they're talking about, like they'll rest their briskets or pork butts for hours, mainly their briskets for hours and hours and hours, like minimal of 1 to 2 hours up to 8 to 12 hours on a brisket. Now, so this is a pork butt. I typically, mainly because of time, I'll rest it minimally an hour, but today I actually have a few hours to spare and do some other things, and so before it's dinner. So that's probably what we're gonna aim for, is just a few hour rest. And then I'll bring you back probably inside the kitchen, and we are going to shred it and make some sandwiches, and it's gonna be delicious. Just the fact it's already probing like butter right now, I cannot wait to show you the final result. Friends, it's rested for 2 hours, and it's time to take it out of the foil, and we are going to debone it and shred it. Let's get to shredding. I'm gonna pull this up just a slight. There's 2 tiers that you can do this with. We're gonna debone this first, and that's how easy it's supposed to come out. And you're gonna always, and it just, meat comes right off. So we're gonna set this aside, and we are going to do some shredding. And that's how easy it should be, using your hands. I do have some bear claws, but I rarely use them now because when you get something so tender, obviously you wanna get gloves that are heat resistant. Literally can just go right through your hands. Cannot wait to continue to shred this and make some pulled pork sandwiches. All right, so we have shredded that pork butt, and it looks amazing. That pulled pork looked awesome, and it pulled apart. We deboned it, we shredded it, and I already did a little taste test, and it tasted delicious. And I made myself a little sandwich. I've even taken a bite from here. I couldn't resist. And so we got mac and cheese. We've got our regular pulled pork. I made a little vinegar sauce, Carolina style, and I've got 2 videos that you might want to consider watching: a macaroni recipe video and also a Carolina pulled pork video that has the recipe for this and also that vinegar based sauce. So check those out. Again, do another little taste test to show you how good this is. Uh-oh, some of this is already falling out. Wow. Flavor explosion. And it's really just perfect combination of that vinegar, the smoky flavor of the pork butt that rendered out so well, so tender. That Hardcore Carnivor Black did a wonderful job. And then just adding a little bit of that little punch with vinegar sauce. It's my favorite combination. And then great texture with some macaroni. So I'm loving it. Tasted delicious. I definitely give 2 thumbs up on this recipe. And I hope this shows you also, if you're new to Solo Stove, that you have versatility on how and the different things you can cook on the Solo Stove, not just hot and fast. But you can, obviously this was a hot and fast method of smoking pulled pork because we smoked it for about 5.5 hours and then a 2-hour rest. So depending on your thought process on that, that might be a lot faster than you would think on a smoker. But that's about 7 hours total of preparing this pork butt, and it turned out awesome. Got leftovers for days, and we're gonna make a batch to give to some neighbors here this afternoon. So again, you definitely wanna try this recipe, and if you like videos like this and I've earned your subscription to the channel, please let YouTube know by liking, subscribing, turn on notification buttons, and also leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of this recipe, also what you thought of the Solo Stove grill. Now, I'll also have a link to Solo Stove, and you can check out, they're always running deals. This summer, they're running some great 30 to 40% off their fire pits and their grills. And they also came out with a grill top grate to your bonfire. So they got some really cool accessories. You definitely want to check that out. And again, check out all the different playlists of barbecue and different styles of grills as well. So from my backyard to yours and my kitchen, less hate, more love, good barbecue, and we'll see you next time.